Year 3 and 4 is the final day of the week, and next week you will be writing your own Roman information text. But 2 recap questions. What does PEE stand for? And what does a contents page do? Oh, we've done this week, but what does it mean? P, make your point. E, give the evidence. E, elaborate or explain further. And what does a contents page do? Well, it is one of the first pages in your non-fiction information textbook, and it tells you what page the different chapters are on. Well done if you got those right. Now I've written a paragraph about Roman education, but I want to know which part is the point, which is the evidence, and what part am I explaining. So as I read it through, what is my short first sentence that tells me what I am writing about? Well, it is this bit here. Firstly, education was very important to the ancient Romans. That is telling me that it is, or it was, very important. Okay? So this here is my point. While the poor, so I've got a subordinating conjunction there. While the poor did not receive the formal education, the rich put a great deal of faith and money in education. So that is giving me evidence that the rich put money into education. It's giving me information. It's also using a subordinating conjunction and a subordinating clause. While the poor did not receive formal education, comma, the rich put a great deal of faith and money in education. I'm going to elaborate. I'm going to give even more information because this is my elaboration part. Furthermore, that's another way of saying also, or in addition, or furthermore, comma, the children from rich families were taught by a private tutor. That means someone that is paid a lot of money that comes on their own at home, or they went to what we would recognise as schools. So they went to somewhere to learn like we do. Okay, so you can see that my one paragraph, and a paragraph is sentences put together, joined up by different information that all is about the same thing, underneath a subheading, and our subheading is kind of like a mini title. Using our PEE, I have formed a paragraph. Okay. Now here's another paragraph about boys being educated. Can you pause the video and think about which part is the point, which part is the evidence, and which part is the elaboration? Okay, so the answers are: the point is the first bit, the sentence. Learning in Roman schools was based on fear. This is about boys being educated. That's a strong point at the start. Let's find out more information. Boys were beaten for the slightest offence. An offence is something that they've done wrong. So, conjunction there, they would learn. So it's increasing the sentence here, and it's given me information about what happens in history. I'm then going to elaborate. For instance. For instance means here's an example. For example. For instance. So if you've done lots of for examples, you could put for instance. For instance, comma, for boys who continued to get things wrong, some schools had a policy of having pupils held down by 2 slaves while his tutor beat him with a leather whip. Oh no. And can you see how that one paragraph has improved by putting evidence and putting elaboration? Now, what other phrases did they use at the beginning of the sentences to link ideas together? Now, I talked about some of them. I talked about this one here, furthermore. And that's another way of saying in addition, or more information, or also. We always put a comma after these. because you can take it out and it still makes sense on its own. So furthermore, also, in addition, oh, in addition, and then you give more extra information. Furthermore, also, in addition. There are also some other ones, wasn't there? There was for instance. For instance, so for example, it's saying, here's my fact. I'm going to give you another example. I'm going to give you more information. So you could put for existence, for instance, not existence, for instance, or for example. Let's just have a little look, see if I use any more. Yeah, I've got one here. Firstly, it's about time. So we could have firstly, we could have secondly. Oh, got a hashtag there. Or I could put finally. If you're making a final point, that's how you would do it. So these words, again, mean that your writing is more interesting to read. Your sentence starters are varied. That means they always change, meaning as a reader, it's interesting and it flows all together. So today's task is to write one paragraph about a Roman subject. So we've looked at Roman baths, we've looked at education, we've looked at entertainment and schools. You might already know more information and you might want to write something else like the revolt against the Britons or about Julius Caesar. It's up to you. But you've got to remember to do a subheading, which is like a mini title. Try to use a conjunction, a subordinating conjunction like while, as, because, and try and write a point and then evidence and explain it so you get a really good paragraph with lots of information. Okay, I write one paragraph there, but you can do more. Next week you will be writing your Roman information text, so this is kind of just a practice, so really focus on just one. Okay, have a good weekend, year 3 and 4, and I will see some of you in school next week and some of you after half term. Okay, bye.